There we go. Maybe that'll work better? I'll start over. Welcome. I'm Erik Olson. I'm with the Pew Charitable Trust. Thank you so much for coming, and thank you to the folks on the webcast who are watching all over the world. This is going to be a very exciting session. It's the Institute of Medicine's Food Forum and Roundtable on Environmental Health, Sciences, Research, and Medicine have pulled this group together, and I think it's going to be a very exciting couple of days. We're going to be hearing about some of the really important trade-offs between environmental sustainability and nutrition advice, and we'll hear from some of the leading experts on this issue from around the globe. Obviously, we have international visitors and international speakers, although we will be focused primarily on the United States. We will certainly learn from and be cognizant of some of the global issues that will certainly be a focus of some of the discussions. Certainly, there have been, on occasion, sort of silos of folks that are experts on environmental sustainability and environmental constraints on the food supply on the one hand, and people that focus primarily on nutrition advice on the other hand. And one of the purposes of this workshop is really to try to break down those silos a little bit, get folks talking to each other, and start the dialogue about how we're going to deal with the environmental constraints that we all know are here and are going to be increasing in coming years, while we also look seriously at nutritional advice that's being made. I wanted to thank especially the committee that planned this workshop. Here is Park Wild, Derek Yock, and Kate Clancy, who are part of this planning committee. And I also wanted to thank Frank Busta, who's the devoted chair of the Food Forum. I think we'll launch directly into our opening session. I wanted to welcome Kathleen Merrigan, who I think until yesterday was the Deputy Secretary of USDA. Many of you know her well because of her long and distinguished career focused on many of the issues we'll be talking about over the next day and a half. Kathleen was certainly focused on policy issues, on legislation, on research. She was actually named the Time magazine one of the 100 most influential people in the world in 2010, and many of you know her work in the USDA, including some of the efforts on Know Your Farmer, Know Your Food, which connected farmers to consumers. I think Kathleen will have a lot of interesting observations about this area of work where these silos that she's been trying to break down for a couple of decades, I would say, really need to be opened up. This discussion needs to be had, and we are really looking forward to Kathleen's thoughts, looking back over her recent career at USDA as well as some of her academic and policy work. So join me in welcoming Kathleen. Thank you very much.